Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue with our series, and initially we had created the deposit and the withdrawal functionality. Today we're going to create the transfer functionality. Just before that, I want to refactor the code and introduce some other classes. So without wasting much time, let's just jump right in. The first thing I want to change is you see the source and the destination account. I want to change it to credit and debit, and that is because it's easier to work with and understand that way. So because I have it littered all over the application, I'm going to do a search throughout the application. So just going to get this source, go up to your Spring Tool suite and do a search, use file, and then source. I'm going to replace with credit. I'm going to do the same thing for destination. Go up here, search, file, now destination, and replace with debit. Do the same thing for destination with the capital D, and replace with debit. So we've successfully changed that across the application. Now the next thing I want to do is scroll to the bottom of this class, and sometime back when we were making changes to the payment DTO, we changed this there, but we didn't change it in the payment class itself, so I'm just changing it across now. And again, it doesn't do any harm, it's just to keep the code clean and tidy. So next thing, head on to account class. This balance is double. In the account DTO class, it's not so. Now we need to make that double also. All right, that looks okay. Now I'm going to create another DTO. I'm going to call it payment response DTO. And what I want the payment response DTO to do is to act as a wrapper class. First of all, I'm going to make it a component because I want to auto wire this class later on. Component. And I'm going to create it as a wrapper for the account class, but then I'm going to return a debit account DTO, debit account DTO. This is an account DTO. And private. Now private account DTO, credit account DTO. Now I'm going to generate getters and setters for this class. Getters and setters. Getters and setters. Select all and generate. That is all for the payment response DTO. Now I'm going to create another class. I'll call that arithmetic operation. Actually, I want it to be an enum, not a class. Now I can say credit and debit. Now quickly, I want to create a mapper. So I'm going to head here and create a new package. Call it mapper. and in that package I'm going to create first account mapper, and in this account mapper I'm going to create public static, not void, let's say account, say DTO to account, and we pass in an account DTO, and let us resolve this quickly and resolve this. Now we can say account new account, and then let's return account. Now quickly we will map this account to an account DTO, account.set ID. I'm going to copy this account DTO, it's easier for me to just paste it around. Get ID, say account.set account balance, account DTO.get account balance, account.set balance, account DTO.get balance, account.set user ID, account DTO.get user ID, and do the same for mapping the other way around. So instead I'm going to say account to DTO, account to DTO, and just going to take this off. This time around I am mapping an account. This time around I am mapping an account to an account DTO, and return an account DTO. Now just copy this and say account.set ID .get ID, account DTO.set account number, it's account.get account number, account DTO.set balance is account.get balance, account DTO.set user ID, it's account.get user ID. Now that is okay for the account mapper. Now I'm going to create another class for the payment mapper. Quickly public static payment, you can say DTO to payment, and pass payment DTO, and let us resolve this payment DTO and resolve payment, and say payment, because payment equals new payment. Now say payment dot set ID equals to, I'm going to copy this payment DTO as usual, payment DTO dot get ID, and payment dot set amount is equals to payment DTO dot get amount, payment dot set credit account is payment DTO dot get credit account, and payment dot set debit account is payment DTO dot get debit account, payment dot set payment type is payment DTO dot get payment type, and then just return payment, and do the same thing for mapping it the other way around. DTO payment, and this is DTO, this is TO. Just copy this DTO and put it here and put it here, and I also need it here, here. I need to take off this DTO. Now that's the mapper class done. Next thing is to refactor the account service implementation. I want to add a method and say find account. I'm going to add it from the account service interface. So account find account, and pass in a string, the account number. Head back here. Obviously it would request to add unimplemented methods. After adding that, I can see at the bottom it's added it here. I'm going to copy this. Here you can say account, return account, but then instead of the payment debit account, just pass in an account number, right? So I want to reuse this. Now this will return us an account. So here I would make this do find account and say account number, and I'm going to make this receive a string account number. We're going to update this later and say, let's say account. I can say account, but instead I'm going to create a variable, a global variable, and say call it private account, because I'm going to be reusing that. And scroll here. Now this is complaining we need to change this to a string. So if you go to the account service, remember this this method get account balance, it was taking in a payment as a parameter, but now we have changed it to string and say account number. Now it's no longer complaining. Now the next thing I want to do is the update account balance. I want to refactor this, so I'm going to take this out, right? I'm going to take out this account, and remember we created an arithmetic operation. I just call it ops. Let us import it. Now this is where things begin to get tricky, and just follow it closely, it's not too bad. Now we say ops, pass the ops to the process payment, and here instead of doing this, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to receive that ops. Just going to copy this, and now in here I'm going to say account equals find account, and going to say payment dot, for a deposit transaction, we are crediting an account, so I'm going to say credit account. So now it has the account from here, and for a withdrawal transaction, I'm going to say find account payment dot get debit, because the withdrawal is like, you're removing from an account. So now we have this here. Leave the transfer for now, we will come back there. So the method signature, we need to update it in the account service interface, and in here we need to pass arithmetic operation. Ops, you can call it anything you like. I just call it ops. So our account service implementation looks good now. The next thing I want to do is refactor the payment service implementation. So first, let us update this. We've created a mapper, so we received a payment DTO. We can easily convert it to a payment by saying mapper dot DTO to payment, and receives the payment DTO. Now you see that is very easy. I'm going to do the same thing for the withdrawal method, and just save that. All right, now let's update this method. For a deposit operation, we are doing a credit, so I'm saying arithmetic operation dot credit, and then after that I can say account equals account service implementation dot find account. Now we pass the payment dot get credit account, and then can convert this account to an account DTO. Now account DTO equals to account mapper dot account to DTO, right? Now we have our account. Then you know what, I'm going to declare these variables globally. And say private account and private account DTO. Just make this small a. Let us import this. Now next thing to do is I want us to return a payment response DTO. Let us import that, and we also have to update it in the payment service. So say payment response DTO. Let us import it again, and Actually, let us do it for the withdrawal method because it's going to be the same thing, and the same for the transfer. So I'm going to copy this and say that transfer, this is not correct. We need to update it also where applicable. So that's fine. Now can remove this, don't need it. Go back here and add on implemented method. I think it's the transfer. So the transfer was not spelled correctly, and same with the withdrawal. Okay, now we've updated the withdrawal. So I'm just going to copy this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and make this. Now that's good. So here we can now say, let us auto-wire this class first. Auto-wired private payment response DTO, payment response DTO. So this is more like a wrapper class, and then we can say copy that payment response DTO dot set credit account to the account DTO, right? Now you can return payment response DTO. But just before that, I'm going to also set the debit one to null because we don't have anything there. Now let's do the same for the withdrawal. So the get account, now this is no longer a get, it's now find account, and just pass it the payment dot get debit because a withdrawal is you know, you're debiting an account. And here likewise, no, I'm going to just copy what I have here, just copy this up onto here. And take this out from here. Just what we're saying here is update the account balance. But in order to update the account balance, we need to pass arithmetic operation dot debit. Yes. So it's going to do this for us, and we can retrieve the account then, but instead of credit, we say debit. And now get the account DTO. Then we set this to null because the account was debited. And that's it. Next thing is we head onto the controller class, the banking controller class, and here we need to return a payment response DTO. Import this class and do the same for the withdrawal method. So everything looks okay. Let us test this application out. I head on to Postman, and so you see I've changed that source to credit and the destination to debit also here. Now if I run this, we have an error. So let us see what this error is. All right. So after much debugging, it appears that, you know, after we did a search across the application, it seems like the application still had reference to the existing source and destination. So all you need to do if you had that issue was just delete this project. Don't take this. So just delete it. If you take that, it's going to delete it from your system. So then import the project again. Now after importing it, all you need to do is just run it. Now the application is up. So let's go to Postman now and test it out. So you see it's okay. There was actually no issue. We just had to remove the application and put it back. And go to withdraw and test this out. You see also I've changed the credit and debit accounts now. So for withdrawal you are removing, but for deposit, if you notice, we were adding, so it was credit. And if we run this now, we removed £10 and now we have £15. All right, so all seems to be working, and in the next video we are going to do the transfer. So thank you guys for watching this one, and see you in the next video.